Alright, hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. We've got yet another unboxing. Obviously, they kind of stack up on you here when we've got so many available at launch. That said, I did actually get to play with this guy last night. Have that video. I think it's one of the ones I've got lined up ready to upload. But this is Swarm. He is the Air Elements Giant. Brand new for Skylanders Giants, of course. Here's a good look at the packaging for you. Really not a lot to it. Note again, down here, Swarm, his slogan is Bring the Sting. Does not work at all in Spyro's adventure. With the Giants, what happens if you were to put them on the Portal of Power? You're going to get that generic screen, that pops up, kind of has something that looks along the lines of Bash, and just says this figure is, not able to be used in this game. That said, obviously he's a giant. You want to use him in Giants anyway. Kind of there's your instructions. You take the giant, you place it on the portal, and then you play as a giant. Not quite sure. I guess anything they can do to help, maybe help an associate explain it to someone new to it or something. I don't really know. But again, the back side, you don't really have much to look at. There is his inset box art. They do actually promote the Giants here. You've got Eyebrow, Swarm, Thumpback, and Bouncer. Information they give for the Giants: super size and super powers, and they have a light up effect. We'll actually cover all of that for you. But again, this is basically what the packaging looks like. Since I got it online from GameStop, it's kind of got that little sticker on the bottom. If we can, we will see if we can get a good cut here. There's usually that little spot you can kind of line up with. If you can see it right there. Again, I know a lot of people tear into it. I know some people are the exact opposite. They don't keep the packaging at all. And then there's still others that simply refuse to take them out of the packaging. I've gotten to the point, they just take up so much space if you leave them in the packaging. If it's something really special or a variant, I won't unbox it, otherwise it'll be coming out. Bear in mind, this is a giant. It does have a light up effect. I'll kind of showcase that to you. It'll be his fist that's coming up here in his eyes. But you want to be very careful when you're pulling out a light core or a giant, just so you don't, drop something, pull something too hard, basically lose the light up effect. As with the giants that we previously unboxed, there's this nice little plastic tab here. Can't really see it really well, but I've got my finger under it now. You can kind of see like where the pink turns into white. But that is actually where they put everything down there, card, sticker sheet, instructions. What I try to do with the Giants and the light core is pull the plastic only, if you can kind of see where my thumb is. I freed the base first, and now we can work our way up from the base. He is sadly packed very well. I mean, that is a good thing. But on the flip side, if you're trying to get him out without breaking something, that's a bit problematic. I think the issue here is there's actually little flaps on Swarm for where his wings are. They're actually kind of recessed in there too, so keep that in mind when you unbox him. It's kind of unique. I'd actually never seen his wings before. Obviously they would be behind him. They do stick out in the game. When I played last night, there's an option to turn them into razors, basically. First thing I notice on his back is there's the Air Elemental logo. That's kind of a nice touch. Obviously, since he is Air Element, he's on the cloud base. Here's a good look at him. Of course, right there, that'll be what lights up in addition to his eyes. There's his antennas. Basically he's like a giant wasp, yellow jacket, hybrid warrior, whatever you want to call him. We'll go into his story here in a little bit. What we get, of course, the instructions. We don't really care much about that. Right here behind the card, I've got a sticker. That kind of shows you an idea. It actually is a little bit different than the box artwork. That said, it's the same as the card, but that is his sticker. Then you get his nameplate, a QR code, and then down right below where my thumb is, you actually have your code for Spyro's Universe. Coming in, taking a look at his stat card. His strength is 110 out of 150. Defense, 150 out of 150. Agility, 80 of 150. And luck, 50 of 150. Again, sadly, the cards don't necessarily correlate to the game, but, nonetheless, it's something else to collect or display somewhere. The story on Swarm, he was actually the prince in a royal family of mysterious insects. They actually built their, or dwelled inside a honeycombed pyramid. Interestingly enough, he was one of 9,000 in the royal family. It's kind of typical, with a honeycomb type feature. But nonetheless, there was something different about Swarm. He actually had a magical power. He grew to be quite a bit larger than his peers. There was a rule that as a member of the royal family, you were not allowed to go outside the confines of the pyramid. He basically outgrew it. And, instead of, I guess, sticking around and seeing what would happen, he ultimately decided to go against the grain, step out, something the royal family was not permitted to do. And so he stepped out in the big world as a prince from this mysterious colony of insects. And not really much other information is given on him. But story goes, he essentially somehow wound up as a Skylander giant, joined in the battle against the Archeans, and used his superior size and strength to really help out. Of course, if you watch the trailer, Swarm is who rushes into place and then kind of boosts T-Rex up to deliver the blow on the Archean that was wearing the Iron Fist, if you will. But what I will do now, I'll go ahead, I'll basically pause this so you don't have to wait on me. I'll run over and get the portal over here, turn it on, and kind of show you what lights up on him. Alright, so I got everything set up here for you to kind of showcase what lights up on Swarm. Again, this is a perk of a wireless portal. Go ahead, turn it on, and we will place Swarm onto the portal of power. Hopefully you could see that as it came on. What we have lit up is obviously his fist here, and then his eyes. I'd have thought maybe there was a chance we might have had like an LED that would come down on the wings, since they were on the back. Sadly, that's not the case. What I will do, since he is basically white and yellow light, sort of the hardest to see, not like a blue or a green, I'll go ahead and kill the lights, give you a look at him that way. Alright, I think that will show you very well. Obviously, again, being white and yellow, while it doesn't show up well with, the can lights on, it does show up pretty dadgum good. Keep in mind, this is not the glow-in-the-dark portal. This is the standard Spyro's Adventure one. But that said, you get a good look. There's his blade gear. It's a very vibrant yellow in person. I've come to realize that you can actually see this pretty well, when I turn the lights out. But the eyes are just kind of like a piercing white, but that yellow is actually pretty dadgum vibrant in my opinion. But there's a good look at him. I'll set him back down here. And I think that kind of gives you a good feel for what Swarm looks like with the portal of power on and everything. Now that you've kind of seen him in the dark, maybe you can kind of get a better idea, what it looks like. I will kill the portal now. There you kind of see that go out. But again, this is Swarm. Picked him up from GameStop.com the morning of the release, basically. Like I always said, just in case, I went to the stores in the day and everything was gone. Giants retail for $14.99. You can basically find this guy anywhere. Don't pay more than retail. If you're thrifty like me, you might even wait for a sale. In all honesty, I don't think you'll really have much trouble finding these, particularly at least not until Black Friday. If you do plan to pick him up, you might do it prior to that, just in case. But like I said, it's nothing you want to rush out and kill yourself trying to pick up. That said, he is the air element giant. I actually got to play with him last night. He was pretty dadgum good out of the box. Cool thing with him, he gets to fly right away with the B button. Has some interesting upgrades. We'll kind of reserve judgment until we played with him. But again, $14.99 for the giant figure. Got mine from GameStop.com. You can actually pick him up anywhere. What you get is Swarm, the figure. He does light up the blade gear, the eyes. You get the collector card here. You get your sticker, your QR code, the web code for Spyro's Universe. You saw the packaging, and overall, looks like a pretty interesting character. You'll kind of see me use them in gameplay from time to time. I'll sort of do my best to work them all in. That's the hard part, just that there's so many to try and give equal playtime to. But by the time you see this, you should see the video uploaded where you kind of introduce him and go over his powers, and then take on his heroic challenge. So if you're a fan of Swarm, you can look forward to that. He's actually probably been the most requested. I kind of picked and choose who to unbox, wanted to kind of get the legendaries and Granite Crusher covered first, but by far Swarm has been the most requested. That's why I went ahead and decided to get him wrapped up here for you. But looks like he is a promising character. Looking forward to see how well he upgrades. Questions or comments, feel free to ask here on YouTube or the blog, oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. Again, I do tend to get to the blog a little quicker than YouTube if it's something really important. That said, you can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, whichever you prefer. Also on Google+. As always, thanks for watching, and we will catch you back shortly for more Skylander Giants unboxings and the blind playthrough.